Did you hear that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope everybody's doing good. It's been a minute. October 24th, 25th, 26th. It's been very close to a month since I've had activity. Let's go over 3 dates. Let's see, October 22nd, 24th, 26th. Now, starting from the 22nd, the 22nd and the 24th, I've already been over with you guys. We got video from those evenings, really good audio. The 22nd was the night that I went back to my sitting area, and like several nights before, there was breaking, throwing, your normal quote-unquote Sasquatch activity, right? But right before I left, there was one very important thing that was done. I started doing these slaps on my thigh thing, trying to get a response, and they finally responded to it. They did. I do 3 slaps, 1, 2, 3, and they do, there's like a tentative one, another knock, another tentative one, and then whack, whack. Very obvious. And what's super cool and important about this is you got to have hands to pull off what was done to make that noise. So that was cool. Recorded that. First time they've ever done it. Go to the 24th, which is the evening that I very well could have walked up on a juvenile. I didn't get the greatest look. I saw it was in kind of like a diving pose, about the size of a German Shepherd. I saw its arm, and I couldn't see a face. His head was turned like this, and I saw from the arm down to about mid-ribs is what it looked like, and it was all gray. Again, I didn't get the greatest look. If I had to wager a bet, I'd probably give it about a 60% chance that it was them. Probably jumps up to 70% whenever I go back inside and get my stuff, and I go out here, and then I had those 3 extremely close throws. One of them goes like I hear it leave the creek area, go up, hit tree or hit limbs, and then on its way down, I hear it hit more limbs, and it comes right down back behind my head, right? The third one, I actually got that on video. It bounces in. So that night was like kind of confusing. Maybe I thought, maybe I ticked them off. Maybe that wasn't intentional. For all I know, it was intentional, and they were waiting around back here and just wanted to see how close I'd get. I don't know. But there were some things that I did out of the ordinary. Number one, I turned the lights off. I usually go out of this gate, but I went out of this gate, and there was also an armadillo in the same area they were in, making a lot of noise. So I don't know if maybe they didn't hear me coming up, but the very close throws after that kind of made me feel like they weren't very happy. So that was the 24th. The 25th, I didn't go out. I planned on not doing anything for several days. Let everything cool off in case they were mad, right? Thursday, Friday, it was the 25th. So Saturday night, I didn't plan on doing anything. But they actually came here. I'm sitting on the front porch like 100 other times before. I hear some kind of noise over here. I don't know if it was a throw or a break or what. I go inside. I get my night vision camera. I'll walk out. I put my regular cell phone right here on this big boulder. I grab a handful of rocks. I sit down in this little rock, and I make about 3 or 4 throws. After whatever it is, the third or fourth one, there's a response throw. Something is thrown. Sounds like it's thrown. Sounds like a stick from that direction. It lands here, which is the other side of the fence. Now, I've got my regular cell phone here to pick up audio. Okay. So let's just go there. let me just show you that first. Okay, you guys haven't seen this. So this is just the audio of me throwing and then the throw they did. Okay.
That's possible.
All right, so after the throw, I get up and I walk over to the corner of the fence over here. And I've got my night vision phone and I'm looking around and I do the slaps on my thigh again. 1, 2, 3, right? A couple seconds later, there's another response. And this time it's a lot more obvious. There's 3, it's like, and then 2. Very obvious. And you can see in the video, I'm celebrating because I hear it. This doesn't sound like something falling out of a tree. This sounds like something making an intentional noise in a pattern. And I didn't know the significance of that until I actually put the one from Tuesday next to the one from that night. There seems to be, it's almost like they're trying to do the same pattern. The first night wasn't so obvious, but the second night was super obvious. And also, I didn't hear it in person because I'm actually walking around celebrating and saying, yep, I got it. Good to go. Just like Tuesday night. There's 3 vocalizations. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the first one. It's like a simple, like a wow, almost like a cat, some kind of like small scream. Then there's a louder one. And when I first heard these vocals, going back through the audio, I thought, all right, maybe these are just animals. Because 2 things could be happening at once. There could be Sasquatch out there doing these slapping sounds and throwing, but there could also be animals in the woods, right? But when you get to the third one, it's pretty obvious to me that it's not some other animal. And not one that I've heard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys know a bird that sounds like this. But there's 2 obvious kind of screams, and then a yeah, 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 which doesn't sound like anything that I've heard. Okay. So what we're going to do, show you the whole video. Then we'll loop the mimics that they do, the hits or whatever the sounds are that they're making. I don't know what they're hitting. I don't know if they're hitting leaves. I don't know if they're stomping, what they're doing. It doesn't sound like wood on wood like the first time that they did this, but we'll go over that, and then we'll go over the vocals, and then I'll show you putting the one from Tuesday night with the one from Saturday night, just how similar they are. And this is very important because my theory has been it's just been building and building and building over the years, that these things are a lot smarter than I think people realize. And this just shows intent. It shows they're trying to communicate or at least mimic. And the thing is, they're not doing exactly what I'm doing. Now, there is 3s. It's like whack, 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 and then whack, whack. So I don't know what, and I can't get inside of their head. But if nothing else, it just shows intent. It shows that they're intentionally trying to communicate. They've never done that before. I've gotten breaks, like intentional breaks, intentional wood knocks, intentional throws, all that stuff's, that's pretty cool. I've gotten really good vocals, but to have them like seemingly directly communicate like that, that's it may not be super awesome for people to watch a video on, but as a researcher, this is it right here. This is what I'm trying to figure out. This is the stuff that's important. This shows, like I said, I believe it shows a much higher intellect than I believe some people believe. But to me, it's awesome. The semi sighting I had the other night, I wish it was better. So I can't really get super excited about that. But something like this, I can really work with in the future. I'm pretty sure it's almost the same thing twice, just a little bit of difference to it, right? And if they do it again or continue to do it, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to categorize that or say exactly what it is or what I think about it exactly. It's just it's just super important, it's just special. Like, it's one thing to have all these animalistic interactions and stuff, but when you get to a point to where it's like they're trying to communicate with you. Now, this whole time, I know they do stuff intentionally to say, hey, here I am, pretty much, which is kind of a little bit of communication and the vocals. But this is like direct communication. So I am super excited about it. But check out the videos. And, oh yeah, last but not least, December 8th is when me and Richard Farabee are launching our brand new podcast. The name of it is Sasquatch Unredacted. We have a Facebook that you can join and a YouTube channel. I will put a link to the YouTube in the description. Obviously, there's no content yet because it's just a podcast. But December 8th, 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that's a Sunday. That's going to be our first one. And we've got a bunch of volunteers already lined up that want to be on. Really well-known researchers. We also have people I've interviewed in the past, some really good sighting reports, stuff like that. So I'm super excited, very excited about the affidavit aspect of it, So that's coming up. But I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Got it again. Thank you. That's a wrap. That's just like the one they did Tuesday night. It's a wrap. Just like the one they did Tuesday All right, so we got both of the audios in Audacity. The bottom one right here is from the sitting spot. That's the first time this happened. The first 3 lines are me doing my slapping noises on the thigh. What I want you to pay attention to is there's like a noise kind of here, and then there's 1, 2, 3 noises here. That one's obviously more pronounced. And then the 2 obvious whack whack. Now it's hard to hear the ones on either side of it, but what it sounds like a stick being used, and like there's a light tap, a heavier tap, a lighter tap, and then whack whack. Well, as you can see, the one from the side of the house is up here. There's my 3 slaps on my leg. And you're going to see 1, 2, 3, and then whack, whack. To me, what I think is going on, this is the first time they did the communication, and it's almost like they didn't make up their mind, or it didn't work out perfectly, the first part of this, and then they go whack, whack. This one seems a lot more structured, like maybe they thought about it more, but it really seems like an odd coincidence that both of these sound profiles are 1, 2, 3, whack, whack, and then 1, 2, 3, whack, whack. I'm obviously doing 3 sounds myself. They're doing 3 sounds and then adding 2. What that means, I don't know. Right now, it's just a working theory. When they do it again, I suspect if they do it again, it'll be more like this one up here. They've decided how they want to reply. This one seemed kind of sloppy. It's like a sloppier version than that one. It's still 3, 1, 2, 3. Like maybe it wasn't committed or something, but it just seems like you've got the same individuals doing, or the same individual doing pretty much the same reply. One's just better than the other. That's my working theory right now. We'll see. Once is cool. If it happens again, you're looking, hey, maybe we got a pattern. If it happens again, you definitely got a pattern. But if that's what's going on here, it's, absolutely awesome.